Show of hands for yes. 6 again. And abstentions. Thank you very much. 4 abstentions, by the way. 9. Yes, okay. So we have the 9, don't we? Yep.
Yeah, literally it's not applicable to us, so we want to read it out for...
Okay, right, yes. Sorry, yes. I realised it was. For local councils only. So trust funds including charitable, in our capacity as the sole managing trustee, we discharged our accountability responsibilities for the funds, assets, including financial reporting and, if required, independent examination or audit. Essentially, this isn't applicable to us. The comment, if yes, but it's not applicable, has met all its responsibilities, whereas a body corporate, it is a sole managing trustee of a local trust or trusts. That's not applicable. So, can I have agreement that that's not applicable? Yeah. Yeah. We've got 9. I'm happy to take 9, yeah? Thank you very much. 9 in favour. Are you abstaining, Stephen, just to check?
Yes, I'm sorry, isn't it?
Yeah, no worries, thank you. Okay, so if I can just take a vote on the whole report altogether, please. So if I can get a proposer and a seconder for our responses and to all the yes and no questions of that. Amanda proposing. Can I have a seconder, please? Sarah seconding. And can I have a show of hands in favour of accepting our responses to the audit report? So we've got 6 in favour. Again, 4 abstentions, is it? Yeah. Thank you. I need to
Yes, you to sign, which is the official one.
Yep.
You can sign that there in that box, please.
That's right, yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, so we've done those. Okay, so item 22. To consider the AGAR account statements for 2022-2023 provided by the responsible financial officer. So that's item 22. Again, we've got the filled out report in our packs. Are there any comments you'd like to make?
No, this was quite self-explanatory. It's again supporting documents, supports this document also.
Sure. Are there any comments from councillors? Yes?
Yes, sorry. Could I just ask about the big difference in seats in item 3, which comes from one year to the next?
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear, sorry.
The large difference in income receipts.
Oh,
item 3.
Item 3, yeah. Because 2022 we still had partial sort of lockdowns, didn't we, in that at the beginning of that year, so that will have limited the amount of like renting out the rooms and those sort of things. So that's what the matter.
Would that actually been worse to 31st March 23 than it was to 31st March 22 when we had much more lockdowns? We've got reasonably open
Yes, that's true.
reasonably open last year, but the year before that.
Yes.
You didn't really understand why that other receipts have come down so much. Doesn't
2021. There was much more shut down.
We can get further details on that specifically, if that's okay.
Oh, it shouldn't be correct, but it's just understand the money.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely.
It's a big change.
Yeah, there's no problem in that.
I'll take that action.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Do something to do.
Could I
Sorry.
just ask This document, number 20, document 22, this is part of the internal audit office.
Yes.
So it has been audited
It has.
and has been accepted as correct by the
Oh,
auditor.
no, so my saying incorrect, just
Yeah.
questioning the...
You're just asking why.
Yeah.
Just asking why, yes.
You know, because actually, is this something we should do to get it back up?
Yeah.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, okay. Can I have a proposal and second that we accept this part of the audit report, please? Amanda proposing, I'll second, if that's okay. Sorry, mate. Thought I'd jump in on that one. And can I have a show of hands in favour of accepting that part of the audit report? So we've got 6 in favour. And abstentions? 4 again? Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the signatures. Steve's on this one, obviously, as the RFA,
Yes.
that's moved as well.
There we go. There we go. Thank you very much. Excellent, right, I'll read out the agenda item and I'll come to you, Andy, to speak on this one if that's okay.
Also, Martin, before we move on from the accounts... can I
Oh,
just-
sorry, yes, I did
Can
agree.
I'd just like to propose that we note in the minutes our thanks to Sue Templeman for her excellent financial record keeping.
Over 31 years.
Over 31 years, yeah. Well, yeah, this particular one.
This particular year, but yes.
Yeah, they're definitely over 31 years. So, yeah.
Yeah, are we all in agreement with that? Yeah, just,
And so we note in the minutes, but we also write to her to tell her
yes.
that we've done that.
Is that okay with everyone?
Is that all unanimous? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so item 23, to receive a proposal and agree that when receiving minutes from committees and subcommittee meetings, there be a separation between accepting the minutes and accepting the recommendations included within them, allowing for each of the 2 points to be approved individually, with provision for specific recommendations to be voted on individually if required. Andy,
It just strikes me that it was mentioned actually in at least 2 of the committee meetings last time as a point, but someone brought it to this one instead, that there are minutes of a meeting which could be correct and everybody can agree or whatever in relation to that, but the full parish council may not, or people individually may not agree with something that has been recommended by the committee, and therefore there should be the chance, because if you currently don't agree, if you agree the minutes are right, but you don't agree with the point that was raised,
yeah,
your only option is to vote against the minutes.
yeah,
Where you might even, you know, I was at a couple of the meetings as a member of the public, you might think, well, yeah, the minutes are right, that was what was discussed, but I don't agree with that point. And actually during the YLCA training that Susie and I both did as off to a flying start, it was recommended by them as best practice that those 2 things are separated for it, so that there is a vote to approve the minutes and then there can be a vote to approve the recommendations. And it could be all of the recommendations in one, but it might be, and so we've got that's kind of included in the proposal, that it might be just at that particular point that wants discussion. So I might propose this, that we have kind of two votes, if you like, for each committee. They want to approve the minutes and want to approve the recommendations within it.
thank you. So I'll take Andy's proposal for that. Can I just get a seconder for Andy's proposal, please? Susie, I thought you might. Would it be an interesting evening if it was there? Can I move to comments then, please, from all councillors? Sarah, yes, please.
Yeah, I appreciate the intentions of this proposal, but actually when I was sort of thinking about it and reading through it, I think it is in effect it needs to be an amendment to our standing orders, because it's a rule change. And Also, the language in it needs to be absolutely crystal clear in terms of procedures, because if you don't have how it would work and how it would be put into practice, because if you don't have clear language and you don't have clear intentions and procedures, then the chair, you can put the chair into an impossible position, because the chair then has to make a judgment of it. So I think the language is a bit ambiguous, and like I said, it needs to be an amendment to our standing orders. So what I'd like to suggest is that to ask Andy to consider withdrawing this proposal, and that the sentiments within it are considered as part of the review of standing orders, because then it would, that it would be done in the language and in the terms, and it would have its right place in the standing orders, and it would be set out in terms of a rule that it's clear for any chair, not just Martin, but any chair to follow, and clear to councillors what procedures are. If, for example, a council wants to vote on a particular proposal individually. So I have to say that, and that's what I'm suggesting. I have to say that if a vote is taken now, then I'll have to vote against it, because I think to accept it in the form that it is there will could put the chair in an impossible position and could lead to disagreement in the meeting. So yeah, that's what I'm suggesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll come to Carol.
If it was part of the review of standing orders, when do standing orders get reviewed and how?
I think we have an agreement to review standing orders by September, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Right,
Yes.
I just wasn't sure.
At the first meeting that we had, it was put forward to have a review of standing orders and everything, and that deadline's in September. So yeah, quite right.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering what the procedure is then. So do we have to vote on this one, or can we have an amendment to that one, which would be to agree to, in the September review of standing orders, that we change it so that we can put that to-vote system in place via the standing orders? Yeah.
So it could form as a whole part of that process. I mean, obviously, I'll come back to Andy to comment on that. And I'd just like to pass a comment myself, if that's okay. I'm totally in agreement with the principle of what you're saying there. It's just the part where it says, allowing for each of the 2 points to be approved individually with provision for specific recommendations. So is it, this is kind of asking your opinion more. So would it be a case of, let's say all councillors agree with all the recommendations and the minutes, so it would just come to a vote for all the recommendations, it would just be that, or would it come to each recommendation be re-voted on by the
In
council?
general, I would say we would have a vote for the minutes. That's done, minutes approved, and then a vote for all the recommendations
As a
group, unless there was a particular one that somebody brought and said, I would like to discuss that and specifically vote on it individually in relation to that. I mean, as an example for it, and I didn't vote against this, but I know that looking at what was in the auditor's report for the 4.1, 4.2 for the budget, it was said yes. Has the budget been discussed and adopted by council? And it says for the explanation for that, see the minutes of the Parish Council meeting held on 6th of February, minute numbers 11 and 12. Well, in fact, when that came for discussion, or rather was voted on, a discussion was refused for that point, actually at the February Parish Council meeting, because it was said that we don't discuss these things, we just approve the recommendations. Now, there could be one particular point there in terms of that, okay, we've got the Finance and General Purposes Committee minutes here, Do we agree the recommendations? And somebody could say, can I question about the budget on that, to make sure that that was absolutely agreed, because it has to be reported on this basis. So it avoids any potential contention when it comes to an issue like this, that we know that has been fully discussed and voted on as an individual matter, because let's face it, the annual budget for the determines pre-secondary is quite important to all the residents of the village. So, and the parish council is responsible for it, so that's just picking an example there, that maybe when it comes to something like that, it would need an individual one-item vote and the rest of them all together. But that would have to be a little bit discretionary each time.
Just to come back on one point you made, I mean, obviously we're a council that operates with a finance and general purposes committee, and it was part of the audit recommendations during the last term.
Yeah.
And
no, I'm just using that as an example. I didn't vote against it. I accepted that
I'm just confirming that because we operate on a committee structure, that's how the parish councils operate.
But that's the point then, that maybe there is that element that needs to be absolutely clarified for it.
Yeah.
To be able to be clarified for it.
I'll just bring you
Would I
again,
just be able to come back in on that
yes,
thing?
of course.
I'm not disagreeing with the intentions of the proposal, but what I'm saying is the procedure needs to be crystal clear, because we're making rules not just for now, but I can envisage a situation where you might get a councillor who just wants to waste time by insisting that every single recommendation in every single set of minutes is voted on. So I just think we need to think it through and agree procedures that says how it's raised, how a councillor indicates that they want a particular recommendation to be voted on. And so when the chair's trying to manage the meeting, it's crystal clear. That's the point of what I'm saying.
So if they question everything, we're not going to be allowed to.
That's fair enough, actually, but I also think that as this particular 4.2 point is highlighted, that would be an important one to put as a singular item on the agenda, particularly discussed. Because otherwise we cannot really say, yes.
So if they want to question everything, surely that's what they should be able to do.
I would like to leave one proposal.
You can't make a decision.
Because then the writing of the standing orders can take that into account, and that because I don't want to lose this.
No.
And therefore, if it's approved now, then when it comes to the review of the standing orders, the point Sarah's raising in terms of the wording, to get it absolutely right, can go into the standing orders, given this as an overarching principle.
Okay.
So can I just take into consideration the whole conversation, some of the points made, and thanks for your comments there, Andy, as well. Can I take this as a vote in principle for, I suppose, what the sentiments and what this motion's trying to get to, and that we review the specific wording to go with standing orders in line with September? Would that be?
Yeah.
Is it?
So that Sarah's points about what can get raised, what can't, and how, and things is included with the revision of the standing orders.
Okay.
I can vote for it in that case.
It's about going back.
Yeah.
It's Mary. Has she gone?
She's took a bag and everything, yeah.
I think she's.
Maybe not then, I thought she'd gone to the toilet.
Thank you.
If you doesn't trust us,
Okay, yeah, happy to accept the vote on that basis.
Okay, so we'll take the vote on that basis then, if that's okay. I'll still take you to as proposer and seconder. Is that okay? Yeah. So a vote in favour then, please. Unanimous for all that here. Okay. I need to take item. So we're just coming to Susie's amendment. Sorry, I'm just having to rejig my memory as to go which way round. So we've got a proposal from Susie, which is to receive a proposal to recommend that all parish councillors be appointed to the Finance and General Purposes Committee. And then you've put forward your motion here as well that you presented today.
Yes.
Sorry, can I just come to you again to make comment on the whole thing together, if that's okay, please?
No, carry on. Sorry, I was trying to find what I've typed out, but it's
Off the top.
all the papers, sorry.
From this.
Oh, well, yeah.
Are you okay just giving the summary all together? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So the proposal in brief is to recommend that any parish councillor may request to be appointed to the Finance Committee, and that, as with previous terms of reference, the committee must comprise at least 6 councillors, but more if greater appointments are requested by standing councillors. And the reason I suggested that is that because as parish councillors, we're jointly and severally liable for parish council financial decisions and to manage those funds as a collective. And due to that financial responsibility and liability, I've recommended that motion.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. I believe you've got some comments on some recommendations from Wales CA.
Yes.
I'll just come to Joe just to give some further information.